Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Long Dark Wintermute Redux with the Gazbeard. We're just re-entering the Muskeg to clear up those last three locations that we have to visit. The Aurora hatch up by the North Radio Tower and the two supply caches. And wouldn't you know it, the Muskeg is doing its usual thing and going foggy on us. So our traversal round to the radio tower could get interesting, and I don't think we left huge amounts of supplies up in the poachers camp at the derailment, so I'm not going to bother going there. I'm just going to cut straight round to get to the Northern Radio Tower and the Aurora hatch. Try and get there today so that we get tonight at the hatch in case of an Aurora, because we can only enter it while there is an Aurora. Oh, it's a mark on my screen. I thought I'd just seen a wolf over there on that far ridge line, but it's not. It's a mark on my screen. Right, we've taken the cattails out of that pond already. So I'm going to go a little wide round here. Now, I don't know if the regular bears are going to start spawning now that we've killed the old bear. And that was one of the reasons at the end of the last episode that I did the double save, one as we left Mystery Lake and one as we entered the Muskeg, each on their own respective files. Oh, and here comes the blizzard that I was talking about at the end of the last episode. That falling ghost angel snow often turns to this weather. We may, as long as we got shelter, we can. We're not dropping temperature, but once we get into that wind, we're losing temperature, so we're going to have to get round to the first cave and shelter up in there, because there's nowhere before that we can take shelter from a blizzard. We're just going to have to brave out the weather and march on and hope that we don't get surprised by either a wolf or a bear coming out of the snow blindness ahead of us. That's one more reishi tea, allows us to make a hot drink to warm up. Do the same with this one. We are losing temperature quite quickly, but fortunately the cave is not a huge distance away. It's far enough away to be concerned in this weather. But it's not a massive distance, and of course we're walking into the wind and we're already overweight, so we're getting slowed down by several factors. Yeah, it's cold will, we know. There's the rocks, and ahead of us, just visible through the blizzard, is the buttress, which is like a shoulder of rocks that sticks out into the Muskeg from the cliffs at the side of it. And that means that we're about 3/4 of the way to the cave. The only problem with it is it puts a blind corner here that we've got to get round. Try not to walk on the blue ice, try to stay on the snow. the blue ice, you never know in the muskeg where it's going to turn into thin ice and drop you down into the water, soak you and lead to hypothermia. And I'm listening very carefully. Any sign of a wolf. Our temperature's still dropping.
Can't feel my hands.
Yeah, you got those nice cozy rabbit skin gloves though. Now, I could really use those sticks. There's loads of reishi here, as you can see. Our temperature is not fully red yet, so we can afford a minute or two to just, or a moment or two I should say, to pick up some sticks. Let us get a bigger fire going. Hypothermia risk is kicking in, and we'll just get into the cave, and as we get to the back of the cave we'll warm up. We left some coal here last time, which we're going to need at the radio tower, and we're,
feels like a lot of gear.
yeah, we're into the back of the cave now, so we're naturally warming up. But there's no more coal in here. That's kind of unusual. Let's just, for a moment, oops. Let's just do a search with the lantern. Because the light's a bit strange in here right now. No, there's no extra coal in here. Okay. Right, let's put the lantern away, save the oil. Get the rifle out again. And what we're going to do is we're going to craft up those reishi, because they are lighter once crafted than they are while they're in their natural state. It also helps to pass the time a little bit, and the longer we're in the cave the warmer we'll get. Right, let's have a look. How many sticks did we get? 32. We can afford a small fire, so in fact we want to light a torch to light this fire. Yeah, light it, come on. Now we put a fire down. Yeah, come on. There we go. Add a bunch of sticks. We'll put about an hour and a half on it initially. And with an hour and a half on it, we should be able to make 1.5 litres of water. And put a can on there. And we'll cook some of that reishi. Make ourselves a hot drink. We'll just pass the time on that until it's ready. And then we'll take that and we'll drop the hot one. It's cold, cold, hot. Drop it there. Leave it there to to stay hot. In fact, actually, we'll just move it around there to confirm it's in the green zone for staying hot. Right, we'll make a second reishi. And speed that up. Take that. And, oops. And we'll drop that one as well. And then in here we'll cook one of these birch barks. In fact, we might end up cooking both of them. Got 6 minutes on there, 55 on there, 12 on there. Right, so we'll take that. I'm going to cook the other birch bark. 38 till boiled, perfect. 43 on the fire. That blizzard is persisting a little. So take that. What else can we cook up? Don't want to cook too much because otherwise we end up with too much weight. Let's have a look. So we got 2 reishi tea and 1 rosehip. So we need to make a rosehip tea so that we've got 2 of each, even though we've got a load of painkillers here. On the food side, we've got 2 coffees, we've got 2 teas. Right. So we'll make 1 rosehips up. Take that and leave it in stock. We'll pick up our can. 3 minutes till boil, past time. Take that water, pick up our pot. We've got 11 minutes on the fire. Looks like that blizzard's going nowhere, so let's add some fuel. We'll add a piece of coal. Get us another hour and a bit on the fire to pass time. And we're getting a little bit hungry and thirsty. So now's a good time to eat down that piece of meat. 0.3 and 0.4 kilos. And we'll start eating one of these. So that took that down to 0.12. We were hungrier than I thought. Okay. I'll take a drink. We got an hour there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pass time for an hour, see if the blizzard's going to blow away. 11 minutes left on the fire. The blizzard hasn't gone away. It's going to be kind of hard to push on, but the worst thing is that that blizzard's going to shred our clothing. If we look very quickly at our clothes, our outerwears, the ear wraps took a battering, they lost 6%. Our hat there lost 3%. We lost 3% off our rabbit skin gloves, 3% off our hat. We lost about 4% off our boots, and another few percent off our pants there. So being out in the blizzard really does hammer your clothes. Add another piece of coal. We got some sticks, we can add 6 sticks. Gives us just under 2 hours. And what I think I might do is just grab an hour's sleep. Just to restore a little bit of condition. As well as create a save point. In fact, it doesn't create a save point in story mode, but there, the blizzard's gone. We've got 54 minutes on the fire. So if I stand up, if I take a torch That's about a 50% torch. That's perfect. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Take the torch. Get back to here. Put the torch out. Put it away. Take another torch. That's a little bit less. That's because we moved. We probably want to get in a little bit. Step a little bit to there. Oh, that's even worse. That's a god-awful torch. Go back around here a bit. Yeah, we've lost that perfect positioning. 4 minutes left on the fire. Right, so we'll take that one. We'll drink that one. And have the rifle out. So now we'll get a bit of a warming up bonus for an hour or so. Game time, not real time. To let us get further round and up towards the radio tower. Now there's often a wolf over there in the hollow down on the ice. So I'm heading high this way. Just to stay away from him. The fewer encounters that we have, we need these sticks. We ended up burning more in the cave than I really wanted to. And in case you're wondering why I make such a big thing about picking up sticks instead of chopping up firewood, well, the thing is, it only takes a second or two to pick up a stick, and it's something that you can pretty much do on the move. And whilst an individual stick does not make a lot of fire, they quickly add up. And once you've got a decent fire starting skill, 6 sticks is 1 hour of fire and 6 degrees of warmth above the base fire warmth. So piling multiple sticks on a fire gives you more warmth than throwing a big chunk of firewood on the fire. The only thing that's better is putting coal on the fire. Coal gives you the highest heat in the game. But it's as much about time. You can march on in weather like this, picking up sticks, making progress towards where you're going without losing time, whereas stopping to chop up wood takes either 45 minutes or an hour and a half to chop it, depending on the type of wood and the tool that you're using. And during that time a blizzard could sweep in and you wouldn't be aware of it or able to do anything about it until you'd finished cutting the firewood. So it's actually better to be picking up sticks when you're on the move. If you were close to your base and able to just run back and warm up again, then chopping firewood makes sense. But when you're out on the move, picking up sticks is more sense. And on top of that, there's the weight. Each piece of cedar is half a kilo and each piece of fir is a kilo, whereas each stick is only 0.15 of a kilo. There's loads of sticks here that I would love to be picking up, but that would mean dropping down the slope again, and I don't want to do that. So you can fine-tune the weight that you're carrying if you're carrying sticks, but it's much harder to do it to maximize your carrying capability using chopped firewood. And we're risking sprains on this slope. If you look at the bottom right of screen, You can see the sprain warning coming in and out, that red pizza slice type thing. But I do want to traverse as high as possible across this section. I wonder, can we actually get up there? I can't remember if we can or not. No. Normally when this yellow grass goes up a slope, it's telling you that you can get up. But in this case, no, we can't. And that's a very steep piece of slope there. Right, quickly go into inventory, find that other hot ricey tea. In fact, they've all gone cold, so our warming up bonus is gone. Not a problem. We're not showing a drop in temperature. It was just nice to have that warming bonus while we were moving. We can survive without it. We're out of the wind. We've got the sheltered from the wind symbol at the top, or had it at the top of the screen. That's Hat Creek ahead of us, that there, which means that we have to swing up here now to get to the signal tower. And this is very likely where we're going to encounter the wolves. I don't know if we get up this bit and round or if we've got to go to the left there. Be nice if we could get up here. And that's a sprained wrist, not a sprained ankle. And can we make that? Come on. Come on, Will, you can get up there. No, you can't. Yes, you can. Right, so go into medications. Oh shit. Just got that in time. Blood loss and another sprained wrist and torn clothing. Right. And he came out of nowhere, so use that. Pain. Use. And use again on that other pain. Use.
That didn't work.
That's painkillers. Why didn't it work on the pain? Alright, let's get it. Get that on the blood loss first. And get that on the infection risk. And what else have we got left? Wow, look at all of these. Good God. So we need 2 bandages on the sprained wrists. We need 2 painkillers on those pains. Okay. Since this new system, where you get 2 injuries per sprain, I wonder how many people, like I've just done, have wasted countless painkillers trying to cure the wrong side of the injury. Drink that, get rid of that one. Our edge of screen fuzziness has gone. Let's just check our overall stats. Well fed, we've got a sprain risk, we've got a slight condition loss there. Clothing, nearly lost the gloves. Look, they're down to 36%, which is why I'm carrying the spares. The ear wraps are down to 68. We need to repair them as soon as we get ourselves set up with a fire. And I hear another wolf round the corner. There should be 2 wolves round here, possibly 3, but 2, I believe. So the one that we just fought, he's running away. He should have bled out and died. There's that one there as well. Right, so we've got to clear these wolves out or we can't spend the night here. Here he comes. We'll offer him the bait. That's one down. Come on. Where's the other one? I just want to check something. No, we don't have the snow shelter, which is a pain in the backside because we really could have used the snow shelter. Let's scout the area while we've got daylight. It's coming towards sunset. That other wolf was bleeding. Look, there's blood drops on the ground here. We're going to need a lot of fire to get through the night.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Let's get over to the Aurora hatch and drop as much of this wood as we can. There he is. Come on then. I'll give you that decoy. Right. So glad you could drop in for supper tonight. Now there might be a third one. Because we're going to be spending the night outdoors, we're going to want to get a fire going, and we're going to want to put it in there, but I'm going to want to drop as much of the sticks as possible. So I pretty much drop all of them for now and go and harvest that doggy while he's still warm. Get a few sticks to put a fire down beside him while we're harvesting him. We're also going to need to chop up some real wood. We know we don't have to worry about the old bear, which is good. But we've got to use our ears more than our eyes because the lines of sight here are terrible. We're going to need some of that old man's beard because we just used one of our dressings. So, get on the uphill side of the tree, it makes it easy to get it. You need 3 pieces to make 1 bandage. So we'll take 3 pieces to make a replacement bandage. And yep, I know I've not reloaded the rifle yet. And where did we kill that first? That's the first dog there, isn't it? Might as well harvest his meat, even if we're not going to carry it round with us. Let's crouch down. 3.7 kilos. Going to take 30 minutes with a knife. Let's just do that. How long does his guts take? 10 minutes each. Let's take a pair of them. And we might as well take his hide. We can always drop it somewhere to cure.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Well, it's gone dark, but we don't have an Aurora. Let's head back across to the Aurora hatch, get a fire going, get this guy cooked. The other one's there. We can leave him until we need him, because we got best part of 4 kilos of wolf meat, and we've still got a kilo and a bit of deer meat. And I did hear crows earlier, which indicates there's another carcass up there somewhere. I was sure that first time we came around we harvested the deer that's up there. Now, if we get the fire right in the corner as best we can, let's just crouch down first. Get it as sheltered as possible. So we need the torch out and get that lit. Get the fire down. Might have to step back a bit. There we go. And select the torch. There we go. And the reason I'm harvesting the dogs and cooking them is because we don't know how many nights we're going to be here. Put the torch out. And get some meat on there. Need to pick up a few more sticks. Right, that's almost 3 hours. Certainly long enough to cook the meat. I'd like to get some real wood. Whoops. What have I just done? I just equivalent of alt-tabbed out of the game there by accident. I'd like to get some real wood cut, but I don't think there is very much around us here. We might need to wait until daylight for doing that.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
We've got plenty of energy right now, and we should be able to get the sleeping bag down here somewhere if we need to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to end the episode in a moment, but I'm just going to continue on cooking this meat up and leaving it here beside our fire as supplies for waiting to get into the Aurora hatch. So I'll say thank you for watching, and when you join me next, I'll have got this meat cooked up. We may even have made it through to morning waiting for an Aurora, but if an Aurora does kick up, I'll start recording immediately so that you can see the adventure inside the Aurora hatch. But that'll be next week's episode here on YouTube, every Tuesday, The Long Dark, with me, the Gazbeard. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, help me to grow it. Click that like button and leave your comments and questions down below. YouTube loves it when people interact with the video by liking it or leaving comments or subscribing to the channel, and it helps me to get visibility, which will help the channel to grow even more. Otherwise, YouTube punishes you for not being popular if people don't do that. So, all of that said, I'm the Gazbeard. I love you for watching to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.